All right, so we're live. We're going to give it a couple seconds. All right.
There we are.
Okay. What's up, everybody? It is Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock Eastern time. I'm your host, Otto. Welcome to 3 Men in the Basement. We are coming to you live and direct from the grotto on this fantastic Saturday afternoon. We've got a great show stored for you. We've got tons of things to talk about. So I am your host, Everett Otto, and this is my boy, Mr.
Got my name,
Roger Levesque.
Peace, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome. He's here to join us. Coming straight from Jersey, we got another 3 Men in the Basement. We got Nemesis Prime. Nemesis, what's going on today?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Saturday afternoon,
right? What else would you want to be doing? And now I want to introduce a man on Instagram who needs no introductions.
At least not to 11,000.
Not to 11,000 people. So I got introduced to always collecting Mr. Frank through a group of guys. So Frank's out in Colorado, and we wanted to bring him down into the grotto. So always collecting Frank. Say what's up to everybody.
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. So, we were talking about this, and, being here in the grotto in the Northeast, it's fun because Justin will come up. Roger's right around the corner. Bernie 1869 is not available today. He's doing stuff with his GF. You got to respect that. So I kind of wanted to bring other people in, and Frank and I and Roger have been part of this comic talk group.
Oh, he is?
Oh, my God. Did I not know this was going to happen as the day is long? As the day is long.
Mr. Bernie 1869
shows up.
Perfect timing. I heard my name.
Just like he wasn't going to show up to the comic swap.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So,
just to make an entrance.
Hey, thank you very much for showing up. Thank you. So we've got all 4 men in the basement. We've got Frank here. So when I wanted to talk about this, so Frank and I and Roger and Pat and Bernie 1869 and Play Comics and KP Henderson, and we've got a great group of guys that we love to talk comics with. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Right.
Comics and collectibles, and sometimes you get some great finds through those guys.
Right. Now, Frank, you were friends with PJ first. How did you become friends with PJ?
Actually, PJ had a book that I had been after for a while, the Daredevil #1.
Okay, right.
He had 2 at the time, and he kind of hit me up on the gram, and I was like, "Wow, yeah, let's do a deal." I had some books he wanted. He's like, "Hey, I got a second one. If you want it, let's do a swap. We're good to go."
Good to go. I love it.
So that's how we started.
Great stories. So yeah, so we all kind of talk. And I said, you know what, man, Frank's got a lot of things that he collects, right? And I think we all collect things. So, well, that's what we're going to talk about, man. So, so what I want to do now is just talk about how Frank's got over 11,000 followers, which is amazing. I've been on Instagram for 3 or 4 years now. I'm barely broke 1,000, and then just talk about we're all collectors, right? We're all here because we collect comics, right, guys?
Right.
Yes. But we all must have collected something else to start. What was that first thing that get us going? So we'll all talk about that. So Frank, when you got on, how many years you been on the gram, man? Since day one?
I think I started in 2012.
Okay.
12, 13, somewhere around there.
Yep.
No, I think it might even be 13, to be honest.
All right. And then from there, you just started selling books. You started flipping books. What were you?
Yeah,
was the comic books to start for you?
On the gram, not really. I had all the Walking Dead figures that McFarlane was putting out. I had a complete set of that. I collected a lot of the McFarlane NFL sports figures, the football. So that's pretty much what I started posting on the gram, and it wasn't getting no tread.
Right, really, huh? Okay.
Yeah, until I started posting comics, buying comics, selling comics. That's when everything just took off.
Gotcha. All right. So I first got on Instagram, right? Maybe this is how we can all start. I first got on Instagram because I wasn't on Facebook and stuff like that. And at my old job, one of my students was like, "Yo, Hillman, you need to get on IG." And I'm like, "Well, what's that all about?"
Gram?
Yeah. So I jumped on it, and I did a couple posts, and then I started looking at hashtags. Then I found a bunch of dudes that's that collected. They were posting comic books. I'm like, man, I was heavy when I was a kid. So I started looking at stuff. I started looking at hashtags. And then I saw that people were hashtagging certain days. And then I realized that a bunch of dudes that collect comics like to lift weights. I'm like, I got twins all over the country, One of them was Justin's boy, Mike X-Men, Wolverine. I'm like, God damn, there's a whole group of people that I'm not even communicating with. So then I started going heavy on it. And, I totally believe, and I don't know about the YouTube community because we're just building that, but this Instagram comic community, man, I think is pretty tight, you guys. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that, we know who the scammers are. They get blown up. There's 25 guys I think that we deal with on a regular basis. Justin, how long? And I got through Justin.
You know, the same as with Facebook, though.
Right, but I think Facebook, there's more. I don't know. There's a different vibe on Facebook than there is on Instagram, in my opinion.
They're really just posting things for
Facebook,
sale there.
Facebook,
Most definitely.
legitimate like scammer groups, like
Right.
scammer alert.
Yeah,
so you
okay.
know who the scammers are.
Right. So I got introduced to my boy Mike. And then I got introduced to John, and then Justin came around, and I started looking at Justin's stuff, and I was like, "This dude's got some legit shit, but he's not following me yet. What's the problem?" You know? So all of a sudden, Justin started. Justin followed. He goes, "I can't believe I didn't follow you." So Justin, when you got on Instagram, was it strictly for comics, or what did you do first?
I guess it was really just to follow a couple people. Like, it's funny, my first probably 10 photos, I would just post a picture and just kind of type something out. Like, I wasn't hashtagging anything, and I was just like, why am I getting likes? I'm only getting likes from the couple people that I'm following.
Right.
And then that's what it was. I had to learn the hashtag. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I posted on Facebook before I joined Instagram. Like, what the hell is a hashtag? Like, I didn't understand it.
Right.
So
£.
And now I use it all the time because I started my own.
Yeah. And so you started your own, right? How about you? You had it for what?
I didn't use it at all. I had it, and because I use Facebook for keeping tabs on family. I love it because I got a lot of family in Canada that I'm able to see my little cousins grow up, and we communicate. I use Twitter for all my Livestrong and American Cancer Society stuff because that's the basis that they use is Twitter. I had Instagram just because it was there. I never used it until I started following all the comic book community.
Really? Okay.
And like I don't really follow anybody that has anything to do with anything other than collecting and comics.
Right. Absolutely. All right. What about you, Bernie 1869? What about
Well, funny story.
funny story? We like funny stories here at the Grotto.
When you first going back to your first Instagram,
Yeah, right.
You know, and my youngest son Austin,
Yeah.
you used to always kid with him. My IG's popping.
Yeah, my IG's popping. I'm like, yeah, really. I would tell his 14-year-old that my Instagram popping.
And how many likes were you getting?
I was getting
like 10,
10, 11.
Yeah.
Dude, but it would be so funny. He'd be over like, Austin, you're not going to believe what I hit today for likes. He's like, what, Big F? I go, I got 6 likes.
That was very funny. So I got an Instagram just because of that.
Right, right.
And then you guys got me back into this collecting game.
Right. Now we're
Mickey
not.
Finn's story.
Yeah, so now we're deep into it. So that is it. We're all collectors. So right now I got a bunch of collectors online. I got Mr. Randy Sloan. I got the Model Vault. I got Comic Geek coming out with us. I got Rag 718.
Mr.
So
Walkers.
Mr. Walkers is hanging out with us.
Go Big Blue.
Go
Big
Big
fun.
Blue.
I can't wait to take my
Beat
to
State.
Ohio.
Yeah. So we're all here because we all like to do this, and that's great. So what I want to do now is just take us back to the first thing that you actually remember collecting, like not just buying because you like it, having your mother take you to the store and be like, I need this next one, looking at the back, checking it off. And so I'm going to start off with Frank. Frank, what was like the first thing you remember, like honestly collecting? You know what I mean? I'd love to hear this.
I remember me and my mom going to Kmart and looking for Star Wars figures. I would always remember looking for that Yoda with the orange snake.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, and I also remember the G.I. Joe, the hard one to find at that time was Seal. So them were the ones I was trying to hunt back in the day. My mom would take me. It was so great because the prices were like $2.50 per figure.
Oh, hell yeah. $2.99, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I was buying 5, 10 at one time. Well, she was buying, I should say.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's what started my habit of collecting just all kinds of stuff.
Right. I love it. So we got Chris Shaver on. Thanks for jumping on. So yeah, so it started with
Chris?
that. I'm going to start. I can honestly, I'll tell you the first thing I remember collecting was Star Wars trading cards. The blue ones that Topps put out. And you could check them all. They were 99 cents for a pack. You get the bazooka gum. I remember going to the corner store down the street. And I remember in the back of all the cards in the first set was the poster. So you had to put them all together. And I remember going out and getting those and driving my mom crazy. And since then, man, my collecting has just gone. But that was actually the first thing that I ever started collecting. Now, later on, we're going to talk about things that you wouldn't think we collected. But that was the first thing I remember collecting. Justin, what about you? What was the first thing that you actually remember collecting?
I mean, I'm a little younger than all you guys, so I mean, my thing was the 80s. So.
Little.
Like 10 years.
Yeah, if you say My Little Ponies, dude, we're
cutting you off.
No, man. I was always an 80s guy, so I mean, I had the Transformers, the He-Man, like that was my thing in the 80s. I can remember there's this place here in Union, New Jersey. There's a big plaza, and in that plaza was a Bradley's, a Cost Cutters, and Toys R Us, all in that. And I had to hit up all three of those when I went out with my mom. Like it was just it was bing bam boom. You definitely had to hit up every little store. I would any Transformer and anything that I didn't have, anything I didn't have, I had to have it.
Yes, right, absolutely. Roger, what was the first thing you remember collecting?
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. All right. Hot damn, Hot Wheels, huh?
Yeah, no.
No, huh?
No, I was a real jerk when I first became a teenager.
Yeah, okay.
I used to smash them for fun.
Yeah, all right.
But I had like a couple cases, and every time we went to Caldors or something, I went through and I don't have this one.
Right.
And mom and dad would let me get one a week.
Okay, there you go.
And
right. See, that's a great way to start a collection. One a week, you know? All right. Bernie, 1869. What was the first thing you remember collecting?
Sports cards.
Sports cards,
yeah.
Really? Okay. They worth anything now?
Still have them?
No, I don't have them anymore. Okay. Me and Royalty's cousin, Patrick Faraday.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we used to collect the cards, and you know what? I used to love those when they had sticker yearbooks.
Yeah. Okay.
With all the stickers for the football.
Right.
Like we used to fill those yearbooks or sticker books up.
Yeah. I remember those.
Oh, the stickers. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You flip through them.
And you put it, they had the stickers and then the album.
The album, right.
We used to steal the ones from 7-Eleven, you know.
Yeah. I'd love to hear.
Too many and went back and grabbed
you do it right there. Right. You know? So I remember the Star Wars. Man, I used to collect everything. I actually started collecting the Smurfs when they were, I can't even say that word right, the Smurfs in the 80s. Because
Smurfs? I always pronounce it Smurf.
Smurf.
That's a Jewish Smurf.
I think I still have them. So listen, I want to ask everybody.
Smoke on your face.
So right now we've got Randy Sloan, we've got Discovery Bay, Barry Feinberg, Discovery Bay. Thank you very much for the shout out today. I think Jem Mint's on here with us hanging out. Guys, type in a live chat with the first thing you guys remember collecting, so we can all figure out, where we all started. So,
I think collecting is a condition.
Is a condition?
It's a condition
all
because
it's an addiction.
Yes, because when I was done collecting Hot Wheels, I went on to collecting bottle caps. When I was done with that, I went on. I was always when you're a collector, you always collect things.
Okay, all right.
I know you said we're going to touch on other things we collect.
Yeah.
But when I tell you how many of some of these other things, you probably don't even know I have them. I think it's a sickness, and then it moved on to comic books.
Okay, so Frank, because you're our special guest star, so you collected the G.I. Joes, you collected that stuff, and then when the sneakers boomed in the 80s, I think we're around the same group. Did you jump right into the sneakers? Or
I did.
You did. Let's talk about the sneaker collecting game.
So my sneaker collection actually started, I think it was with the Jordan 5s. I think that was 91.
Okay.
91 or so. But it wasn't, because I wasn't making a lot of money back then. I was a young guy still. I mean, I'm 47 now. Mm-hmm. So 91, I wasn't making too much. It would be, I would get one pair of shoes. Yeah. I was getting one pair of shoes, and 125 at the time was like, oh my God, 125.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's taken off. Like right now, it's sneaker season for me.
Okay.
So I'm kind of laying off on comic. I did buy a Big Grail. I got that coming,
by the way, Grail, though. I was about to call you on that.
Yeah, it's coming Tuesday. I have it.
So
another Grail?
No, so yeah, we're gonna get into that too. So
yeah, it's a big one.
So Frank, was it comics and statues, or was it figures? Was it kind of figure, statues, comics, sneakers?
It started off with sneakers, and then as I progressed, I still liked the figures. I liked all the McFarlane figures. Like I got the whole Movie Maniac set, all mint condition, put away. I have the Toy Biz Marvel Legends, the whole run.
Yeah, wow.
All sealed. And it started with action figures, and then it went from action figures to Hot Toys.
Right.
And then it went from Hot Toys to statues.
Right.
So yeah, I just kept progressing. Now
you're in the big boy statues, right?
Yeah. So right now, currently, I got about 40 statues right now.
You really? Right. Now, Justin, you dabble in were you comics and then statues, or where did you go? Like, I think you were statues before. No, I think you were comics before statues.
Yeah, I definitely started the comics thing, and then I did a little bit of the statues. I was into the Hot Toys thing. I was into all the DC guys. So like I had the DX12 Joker. I had
beautiful one.
Yeah, I had the Man of Steel stuff. I had the bank robber Joker, like both.
I wanted that one so bad.
And then my favorite, I had Baby Doll from Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I had all the DC ones, and I got a lot of money for them, way over what I paid for them. And they paid for big books. I mean, they paid for my first Batwoman. They paid for my first Scarecrow. Like,
okay.
So I mean, and now I'm into the more the statue game. I get the little $80 Harley Quinns. I get the DC collectible stuff.
Right.
I have 2 sideshow pieces, which is enough for now. But you know, like Frank's got a lot. So eventually, I'll get more as I have more space.
Hockey cards. So man, we got some funny stuff right here.
Frank, how many statues do you flip? How much percentage? Like, you have
I would say.
So.
I would say I've had a total of probably 50 at one time, and I was like, oh my God, where am I going to put all these?
Right.
So I probably have about 30, 35 right now, so about 10% probably.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
So
10%.
So it's more a personal collection.
Yeah, more or less is personal, and it's funny because I fall in and out of love with things pretty fast.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you know.
But, you know, like, as you guys know, you know, we sell something to buy something else.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think that's what's happening. So
Right.
what I did was like, so I, you know, was collecting the cards and I was collecting the Star Wars figures. I would collect any figure I could, you know, so I got into comic books very early. I got into comic books at like 8, 9, 10 years old. I just started buying everything that I liked. I started buying. But then when I petered out, I stopped actually collecting. Dude, I was collecting WWE figures, right?
But I played with them.
Yeah, no. I used it. But I'm talking about the era. You guys are gonna laugh when I say this. At one point, I had 62 Stone Cold Steve Austin figures. I swear to Christ, I'm like kidding.
The same one? The same one?
So, no, different ones. But I would go to same one. No. I would go to
He would lay in them.
and be like, I shaved my head. I want to be like this guy.
Lay in them naked.
Shotgun beers.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So listen, so I had
That's
these
great.
figures, and I had an apartment, and I had an extra room, and it was my workout room, and I had the wall laden with 62 figures, and I'll tell you why I knew I had 62 figures. So, and I had them all pinned up, and you know what I mean? It was really cool during that time, and I'd be going after them. My brother Brett, he has a storage locker full of wrestling figures that he just wants to sell. But Brett is a.
Are they in a
true
package
collector.
or he
they are
played
all all in cards, right? So we did it. So I moved twice, and the third time I was going to move, I had a box of them. I had 62, and I said I've moved these 62 figures twice. There's no way in hell I'm moving him a third time, right? I kept my one favorite Steve Austin figure, which was his original one that said Austin 316, right? Greatest gym shirt ever, greatest medium I ever wore, you know? And I sold them all for pennies on a dollar. So I put on eBay 61 Stone Cold figures, you know, I charged whatever for shipping, and I was like, I started the bidding at $50. I got like $53. So if you want to talk about bad investments, that was a bad investment. But that was something that I collected in between, right?
Honestly, 75% of what you collect is going to be bad investment.
Correct, right. So
I've never collected anything for investment purposes.
Okay, right. No, I didn't either.
So when I went from the bottle caps, the next thing I collected was Kiss stuff, Kiss vinyl, Kiss signatures, Kiss action figures.
Yes.
I had every album they made on vinyl. They had makeup on.
Yeah.
Unopened. I had live concert pictures. I had their signatures from all 5 members at the time, with including Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr. I had the comic book with their blood.
Did you really?
I did.
All right.
And then the incident of
the dreaded
the incident of 2000 when I moved into a house and the sump pump failed. And all my Kiss stuff went underwater.
Right.
Everything. I didn't salvage a damn thing.
No.
Because, I mean, it was, who knows? I think the water was up probably a day and a half before I even realized it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Lost every bit of it.
Now, I mean, we can all relate to these stories, right? Like, you know, how
I'm buying back books I sold to Art in 1992.
Yeah, I have books that I don't remember selling to Brett. Like, I have books, I'm buying books over again because I sold them to Brett, and I don't remember which ones I did. So.
Yeah, but you're not buying them back from the same guy you sold.
No.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that, like, as a kid, I read comic books. My brother was a big collector, but I didn't start collecting comic books till I met Everett.
Okay. Oh, this
like
was
I had maybe a dozen or so comic books.
Right.
And most of them were rock and roll comics.
Right. Now, what do you got?
And then I met Everett, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to this Comic-Con?"
Yeah, I got a free ticket to a Comic-Con. The first one's free.
Yeah, sure. Sucked me right in.
Sucked you right in.
Sucked me right in. And I got something like 20 short boxes or something like that.
Right.
Now you're doing a weekly show.
Yeah, I'm just down to the show.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's just it's weird. Before that, I collect pint glasses.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
So
I know this
collect,
about you.
So, and I also
Where are all these pint glasses
you
right
know the
now?
island in my kitchen?
Yes.
That giant underneath it, that cabinet,
Right.
full of them.
Okay.
Shot glasses too.
Okay.
I started with the shot
Where do you
glasses.
put the pressure cooker?
in the laundry room. So I started with shot glasses. I'm probably somewhere about 100 shot glasses.
My God.
I would get them anywhere.
Let's use them all one day.
Some of them are that's kind of cheating though. Some like I have a good collection of the Jägermeister ones with the little stems.
Gotcha. Okay.
They used to have them at the bars. I do a shot, throw a napkin in, and put it in my pocket. Then I got into pint glasses. We started seeing New York Yankee pint glasses. I want to say 150 to 175 pint glasses I have.
Really?
And every one of them is either stolen from a bar, or there's a lot of times we'll be at a bar and I'm like, I collect pint glasses. How much is it going to take me to buy that pint glass?
Yeah.
They come back with it, with a napkin in it, and a bag. Say, here, just take it.
Perfect, right? It would almost be funny if you all your pint glasses are 100% stolen.
Close. It's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. And anytime I went on my honeymoon, every island we stopped at, I got one. Justin just gave me a brand new one with Carnage on it.
Right.
Like those I still collect.
All right. So Pat, what's the craziest thing you ever collected? They're like the most obscure thing, like pint glasses, Stone Cold figures. I mean, nothing that comes to mind.
Panties.
Trying to think when I had the bar.
When you had the bar, right? Yeah, really. Fake IDs. Fake IDs.
Yeah, I used to collect fake IDs.
Right. So let's talk now about where comics are in general and statues and stuff like that, right? So Frank, let's talk about statues, Frank. The Hulk 181 statue, right, that I'm enamored with. Right. Can I still buy that at regular retail, or is that off the market?
You can. The exclusive, pretty much, you're going to pay a premium.
I'm going to pay a premium. Okay.
Yeah, the regular one it's getting to the point because I believe Sideshow is sold out.
Okay.
So I think you're going to be paying a little bit more above retail on that one. That's actually a classic one.
Right. Now, is the premium the one that has both heads, the original head and the other head?
The exclusive has the two heads, yes.
The exclusive has the two heads. Now, see, because I have Hulk 181, I'm just
9.2.
So do you, right?
Okay. I mean, mine's not. I
would have to have the exclusive one with both heads, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, you have to.
You're right, because that is the one that I actually.
The whole thing, right, Frank?
Oh,
Frank.
so you need the set. You need the
that's the
second
one. Yeah, that's the one I actually have it posed with. That's the only one I would have on it.
Okay, right, absolutely. Okay. So now, statues-wise, have you seen them steadily going up, the Sideshow ones? Like, so we know that like Hulk 181, the Punisher, 3 years ago, ASM 15, as you know, and ASM 1, they have been going up, like just skyrocketing up in price. Has your resale on statues also, or what has that been like?
It seems like the older Sideshow stuff, when they were really hungry, in the game, that stuff is still going up. It's crazy.
All right. Give me an example of one of those.
The Spider-Man comic kit. That's like my grail for Spider-Mans. I mean, that one is just, it's my favorite statue. If I had to give up all of them and keep one, that'd be the one that I would.
Which one is that now?
The comic kit, Spider-Man comic kit.
Okay.
I'll grab it here in a minute. When you
please don't drop it.
No, believe me, I know how to handle these things. But
I bet.
That one goes for over. I think it came out for like 500.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Right.
But now you can't get one for about under 12.
Really? Okay, so
11 or 12.
That's pretty cool, right?
Dropping a mic.
Right.
Yeah. Please don't drop it on us. We don't have insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
And like the Miss Marvel one, the one I just recently sold.
Yep.
You could have picked that one up for like 500 all day, and now it's hitting in the thousands.
Really?
Because of the movie, the hype around her. So they do.
Same as comic books. You get hype based on movies.
Yeah, exactly. Not as good as comics, but yeah, it's getting there.
Right. Okay. Pat, what were you going to say?
All right, what about the lesser known, not sideshows, but like I picked up a DC Direct.
Yep.
Adam Hughes Poison Ivy statue.
Them seem to kind of stay about where they're at. You might get a little bit more than retail.
What would you think in inbox? Not new inbox.
Just inbox.
But like the guy takes it out and checks it.
Right. Is this from Matt's? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
No, DJ's.
Okay, yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, so because I just got first appearance of Poison Ivy, so I wanted to match that statue up with that.
Right. So pretty much what I do, I get on my Facebook groups, which I really don't care for too much. I don't care for the vibe that they give off. A lot of negative people on there.
On Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
like
100%. 100%. I'm telling
To
you.
me, there's a lot on Instagram too, though.
Well, I don't know, but I
I
think
get a lot. I'm not going to name names
Right.
on here, but I mean,
right. Justin, let's go to Justin. Justin, your statues. Have you moved any of them? Or have you kept them all for your personal collection?
I've definitely kept all the ones that I've ever purchased.
Go ahead.
I mean, I have the, you know, I'm a more DC collectibles guy. So I mean, I have like the full run of all the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, that whole run. You know, I have all the Art Germ, DC Cover Girls. I mean, other ones. I'm doing the whole black, white, and red Harleys. Like I have all those because I couldn't get into the Batman ones because I was too late into that game. So, and like Frank says, I mean, they go up and down. I mean, now I think, well, the thing is with DC collectibles, there's so many. They're limited to like 5,200. Sideshow usually puts it, what, Frank, like 500, 800?
500 to 1,000, sometimes 1,500.
Yeah, and the exclusives are you know, it's the exclusives are always the first one to get.
The collector's edition is what everybody wants to get.
Yeah, whether it's some little like, you know, I have the only two sideshows I have is I have the Mark Brooks. I don't have the exclusive, but I actually like the regular one, which is just her without the mask. It's her with the earbuds, blonde hair. It's cooler than
yeah, that's a dope one.
And the exclusive one that I bought was the first one I bought was the Zatanna, and it comes with a little rabbit. I mean, it's exclusive. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Right. But you're right. That little exclusive piece can make all the difference in that statue price.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. So is a statue, let's say, compared to a comic book? When Deadpool first came out, 9/6 first appearance of Deadpool was probably $700. Now you can buy it for $300. Do the statues have that same sort of fluctuation? Will they be worth? Will I be able to buy that Miss Marvel 2 years from now back for what you paid for it on Sideshow?
I haven't seen them go back to retail pretty much anything at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good example. I don't know if you can see this one back here.
Yeah.
So this is a girl piece by Sideshow, and it came out for $349, I believe.
Yep.
And you can't find it for. I mean, people are selling it for $1,500.
Really? Okay.
And that will not come down. I got lucky. I picked it up for $800.
Yeah.
$875, I believe, shipped. And I love it.
Yeah, no, I like it too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I have yet to get into the statue game. Like I said, I've always been going after the Hulk. I do buy some random figures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like the diamond. You know what I mean? I buy stuff. You know what I mean? I buy a lot of stuff.
Kiss amigos.
I got a couple Migos. I got this. I got that. I got a few things. But Justin, as a representative of Lords of the Long Box, shout out to those guys, went to the New York City Toy Fair and saw
my God,
statues and stuff like that. And Justin, I mean, you got a whole video on it, right?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of cool stuff. Whether it's from a little,
I know they actually thought Justin
statues. No, I mean, and I was just going through the comments, and like Stave Puff actually said that, you know, he's new to the collecting game, and he does those diamond galleries, and those are actually it's a really good starting point. They're like $45. They've done a lot of the Marvel things. Yeah, I mean, you have the Phoenix.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
I think for 50 to $60, I mean, they're a great price point and they're really detailed. I mean, I'm actually on order. I have the Black Cat. I have Carnage.
Yep.
I'm excited for a lot of other ones that are going to be coming out.
I went into GameStop, and whenever I go to GameStop now, I look behind the counter of the stuff that they might send to other stores, and I found both Phoenixes. I went into GameStop to buy Cristiano a $10 like Xbox game. I walked out spending $75. I mean, it's what it is. So, you know, I've got a lot of the Marvel Legends, but I take the Marvel Legends out and stuff like that. So that's really awesome, man. I'm telling you, So, you know, the comics and stuff like this. Frank, one last thing I want to talk, because you got all those fat sneakers in the background. Now, do you go to sneaker conventions? Because I know there's one around here. And do you keep the ones you want, or do you flip, or just give me
do you
five?
Wear them?
Do you wear? Give me 5 minutes about the sneaker game.
Yeah, I really don't buy to flip. I'm not a reseller.
Okay.
I buy to wear them.
Yep.
It might take me a while to wear them, but I do wear them all.
Okay.
Just like a good example. Let me show you something real quick.
Oh, here we go. We're bringing out the good stuff.
So just like this pair right here.
Yeah.
It's a Yeezy. A lot of people don't like them because of Yeezy. I don't like Yeezy myself, but I love the shoe. This is a $900 shoe.
Really?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a $1,000 shoe.
Yeah, man, they better feel good on my old feet, man.
Yeah, but this could really be profitable, because if you just say when this shoe comes out, it comes out for a raffle, you win that raffle, you get the shoe for $160.
Yep.
Instantly, that same day, you can flip it for $900.
Right. Oh my God.
So if you got the luck, then you can make some money in the shoe game. Have I sold shoes? Yes, I do.
Right?
What's that?
Comes with both of them, right?
Yeah, you get 2. So you don't get the you gotta buy the laces.
Right. That's funny. Now, Frank, I had a cousin that collected them when they traded them. Are there dudes that want the original box? They want the original sales slip. Is that something you see too? Is that like kind of what happens with sneakers?
Shoes can be counterfeited so easy.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%.
And that's the toughest thing right now in the game. That the counterfeits are so good right now that it's making it tough. So a lot of people go through StockX because it's like a stock market, pretty much. It tells you all the previous sales. They go through their experts to authenticate them, and then you can feel a little bit more comfortable when you're spending $600 to $1,000, even up to. I've seen people spend up to $3,000.
Right. All right.
Frank, I want to ask you real quick.
Yeah.
Frank, did you get were you able to get the Adidas Captain Marvels that went on sale yesterday? Did you possibly look at those, or?
No. Which ones are you talking about? I don't think I've seen them.
Oh, well, I mean, they went up. Foot Locker had this exclusive Adidas shoe. It was all Captain Marvel. It was the colors and everything.
I missed it.
Yeah, Jen Bartel was the artist. She does a lot of the cover art. She does Blackbird for Image, but they only had sizes like 4 to 9.5, and they're going to do like 10 to 13. But they were $150. They were extremely limited. I had it in my shopping cart, and before I could even like complete my order, it was already sold out. I tried trading. I just tried it I wasn't. I mean, I'm a 13. So 9.5. So I was going to buy it to flip. But I mean, they were $150. They were $150 online.
Get out of here!
Let me tell you, go online. They're really awesome. But I mean,
I'll take them out right now.
$350. They were going for like $354, and people were selling them are right off the bat on eBay yesterday. They went on sale at 10. They were sold out by like 10:02. I swear.
That's crazy.
So,
that's the shoe game right now. I mean, I bought last night. I had to wake up at 1 o'clock to buy me and my wife some Yeezys that dropped. I spent $640 last night.
Come on, wait a second. Hold on a second. This is great. You woke your wife up at what time, Frank?
No. I woke up at 1 o'clock to get on the website because they released on the East Coast.
Really?
So I had to get up at 1 o'clock in order to get my shoes.
All right. So 1 o'clock in the morning, dude. You are hardcore, bro. You got a big X for the XL.
What were the shoes? What was the significance of them?
They're just the new Yeezy that came out, the 700s. It's just a new colorway that came out.
Right. Wow. That's unbelievable, man.
And see, that's my problem. I collect shoes, I collect comics, I collect statues, I collect figures.
I'm telling you, it's a sickness. I'm telling you, it's a disorder that's in our minds, good or bad. That no matter what we got, if we get something that we like, we have to collect it.
Right.
And I'm glad I collect pint glasses and not shoes.
Yeah, but you know what? That is what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. I don't know why. It just
of
keeps
course,
me motivated.
man.
Like,
Real, dude.
I can have.
Frank, I got to agree with you. I work 2 jobs, and if it wasn't for my second job, I wouldn't be knee deep in it. Everybody knows that I'm working at, I bartend, 2 nights a week just to pay for this game and stuff like at least 2 nights a week.
That's awesome, man. Because there's a lot of worse things we could be spending our money on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I want to give a couple shout outs right now. I've got Mr. Comics 99. I got Barry Feinberg. Barry Feinberg is not a comic book collector. No, Barry Feinberg is one of my old friends.
He just likes your good looks.
No, he was like, hold on a second.
It's a good Irish name.
No, yeah, right. Barry Feinberg was one of my old friends that I spent 2 years with at when I went to a junior college. I spent 2 years with Barry. We just recently, we just recently reconnected. He lives down in Florida now, and I'll tell you, man, the stories I can tell you with me and Barry and stuff like that, it would be not be on a family show.
Well, thanks for joining us, Barry.
So, Barry, thanks for jumping on with us.
Great to meet you.
That's awesome. Randy Sloan is still here with us. MCD is here. Tom Rudin, Trudan is on with us. So, yeah, this is a lot of fun.
What's up, Tom?
Yeah. So we've got all this going on. So we've talked about like what we've collected. You guys get an idea of what's going on. So let's talk about recent pickups.
All right.
Let's talk about recent pickups. So
Can I go?
Hold on a second. I want to keep the guests on. So Frank, you are in the process of getting a big book, right?
Yes, sir.
And I don't know if you want to drop what big book it is right now, but it is a Grail. Or you could talk about you just picked up the Yeezy.
No, but I want to know what he's been buying collections, flipping.
Yeah. So
is that
what you're doing? Are you flipping right now, or what's going on?
So to tell you the truth, right now I'm not really buying too many books because, as you know, I've been buying Amazing Spider-Man #1, the Tales to Suspense. So when you buy the bigger books, they don't leave you a lot of room to buy a lot of other stuff right now. So right now, the only comic that I'm buying, which I paid quite a bit for, is the one that's coming Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? But you had to move some stuff in your collection, right? So that's something.
I had to move. Yeah, I had to move a couple books. Which I was okay doing because when I first started this whole venture into getting the Grails, as you can go through my Instagram, you can see that I had a lot of books.
Yeah.
And I never had the big books that I wanted.
I got 4 bags.
So
I'm just moving.
Is there any book in your collection that you won't move at all?
The one I'm getting.
Really? Okay, that's it. That's it.
I mean, I got a couple. I got a couple in the long box that, probably will say. Instagram? Yeah.
But are those, you're buying those and then flipping them?
Some of them, yes. Like I know a couple guys that hit me up and say,
if you don't want to say, or you got somebody that you're just making a percentage off consignment.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely do that. I work with a couple good guys that I really trust because the last thing I want is to have any
11,000. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up my name out there to anybody because I want to be a good seller. I want to be reputable. I want to be able to help everybody out.
You know who you're working with,
right? Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So Slug Shot. Man,
I thought from our the private Instagram chat we had, like you were buying collections and then.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes I do. Okay. Sometimes I will do that.
Now, how do you buy collections?
A lot of people will hit me up and tell me, hey, a lot of people on the gram, well, hey,
really?
I got this collection. Do you want it? Yeah, I get hit up quite a bit in my Instagram. So either I'll turn it down or I'll say, hey, what do you want? And if the price is right, I'll get them and then I'll get them in.
Nice.
And I'll sell them.
Because obviously, you and like you're flipping these to buy books in your collection.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I try to do.
I try to never, because I got
some
more guys that
smaller scale though,
but hey, you got to start somewhere. I started small too.
Right.
Definitely.
Nice.
But I would have guys that want GPA, want me to sell it above GPA, and I'm like, I won't do that. I got to sell it for GPA.
Right.
So you got to be willing to get under it.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know what I hate about GPA is everybody says GPA, but okay, GPA pulls from eBay, so take 15% off of that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the people that post on Instagram like GPA was 400, 380 ship. I'm like, okay,
I think
that's making
not a good deal.
Because they're making it's just a personal pet peeve.
Right. So that's the option you have as a seller. But I think if it's GPA and somebody's going to go under GPA and throw in shipping, it's a win-win. You're not getting hit with the fees or anything like that. So
the seller's not. And the seller's making more actually by not selling on eBay than
but you don't think you're getting
you're supposed to put it on Instagram to I'm more of in the wild guy.
That's right. In the wild. Right. So Justin, you just sold a bunch of books on eBay, right?
Yeah, I sold some stuff that I brought it to the comic swap. I didn't move, unfortunately. So I moved some stuff via eBay, and then I was able to pick up a very big book. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me now. But
wait a second, I don't know about this. We don't know about this. You keep it secret?
No, I sent it to you guys. I sent it. It was
family show. Yeah, right. Okay.
I picked up a Detective Comics.
I'll
go. Let me
ruin my whole thing, but I saw today a Batman 15 blue label 7.5.
What was that at?
$4,000.
$4,000. I don't got $4,000 hanging around.
Yeah, well, if I had my Hulk 181 and slabs and all, my Mysterio 13,
you would move those to buy that?
No, because then I looked at the GPA. The last sold was 6 years ago for $1,500.
Right. All right. Well, that's.
But like pedigrees went for $9,000, but there's none higher than 9.0. So I mean,
really, so that's up there.
A 7.5, and that's the one with the howitzer.
Yeah,
like he's Batman sitting on the howitzer.
Okay.
Dude, I was so in love.
You didn't get it. So we've all got some recent hauls. Frank's been talking about that. I think Roger wants to come on and show some stuff that he talked about at the swap, and some stuff that you just recently picked up, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of go around and see what everybody else has got. All right. So what do you got, buddy? So we had to swap, you guys. Thank you very much for everybody who supported the swap. And we're just so Roger's.
All right. So
you can't see the books.
I'm going to just show a couple of variants I picked up thanks to the variant whore himself on this show. If you watched it, it's the only reason I picked these 3 books up.
So you saw these on Justin's show.
I saw these on Justin's show, and I saw them at my LCS, so I picked them up.
Okay, there you go. I love it.
So what I buy a lot of my books and a lot of my variants a week prior on Midtown.com. So for a couple of weeks, I was getting inside a week ahead of time from Justin about the books that were going to be hot the following week. That didn't do very good to my wallet. So I'm glad Justin didn't have time to do it after the first couple of weeks, because he was showing me 10 books that were going to be hot the following week, and I bought all 10. I was like, oh my God. I go to check out. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know anything about these.
You were 10 for 10. Oh, Justin, you're a full sweep on that, buddy.
So
nice.
I'm glad these ones are the only ones I got. So this is Green Arrow number 50. Shaner, Evan, right? Evan, am I saying that right? Doc.
Yeah, Evan Doc Shaner. Hold out.
That's pretty cool. That was on the Variant Horror Show. Slade Wilson, Deathstroke 41.
That's
Dave Johnson.
That's definitely after Storenko.
Yeah, the last couple.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah, the last couple of Deathstrokes that come out, they've had this kind of 60s color tone tie-dye type of theme to them. And I didn't pick this one up until I saw Justin's video. And then Black Order number 5. This is John Tyler Christopher.
Right. Fan of John Tyler.
Yeah, I love this thing. This is kind of creepy and cool at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
That's a nice one. John Tyler Christopher does all the action figure variants and stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan of that.
I haven't been on a video since we've had our comic swap.
Okay.
So these are the 3 books that I got back in CGC. And I absolutely love this.
Start with the fire.
I'm going to start with the fire. I freaking love this book. I love this book. I'm a big Harley.
Love that cover.
Yeah, I love that cover.
I love the cover. I love that it came back in 9/8. What was wrong with what it was?
I don't know. Try to improve everything.
Everyone's going to knock that down.
Just don't knock it down. Just don't hit the floor.
Yeah. All right. Very happy with that. This Batman Harley Quinn. I love this book, and you know what? I like the grade because it's black. The black covers are so hard. If you
even open up that book, it's 9. It's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So this Alex Ross cover of Harley Quinn and the Joker, we've seen it in the movies lately. There's been a lot of spin-offs on it. There's been some variants that have come out that look like this.
I do want to say that. Justin, did you pick up the variants of this? The variant?
The KRS?
Yeah, KRS exclusives?
Yeah, Batman Who Laughs #1. Done by Warren Lowe. I did get the one. I didn't get the Virgin.
No, okay.
But I did just see that they are doing a foil version of that. It's
really look at this. Really,
yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I don't want it either, but I gotta get it. It looks nice.
My kids aren't going to college because of Justin.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna come to this. You could tell when you watched back the video, I was very disappointed with this grade.
Very disappointed.
This Teen Titans at the 9.0.
Right. First.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see why it's a 9.0.
Get the graders notes?
I didn't get the graders notes.
Do they have them?
But so the question is, do I crack it?
Yeah.
Have Perez sign it
Yes.
Yeah.
Graders notes.
and re-slab it. Press it and re-slab it because I did not have this pressed or cleaned.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Justin, what do you think?
Continue to talk, and I'm gonna look up the grader notes.
Did you guys see Gary Gary's video?
Yes,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
I know.
it's funny.
Frank,
because
what do you think
5'9",
about?
Mr.
Hold on,
9'6".
I do want to ask Frank. Frank, what do you think about cracking books and then purchasing books, cracking
It
them,
depends on your cost.
and then having them re-slabbed? Is that something you do with some of your books? If it's a big book, or what are your thoughts?
I did it one time on a Werewolf by Night. It was a 7.5, and we thought it was going to be an 8.5 easy.
Yep.
And it had white pages. It came back a 7.0 and off white pages. So from that point forward, I never did it again.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty devastated with that one.
Yeah.
See the graders notes.
CGC's been real tough right now, you guys. Look at Very
like,
Gary.
Like Pat brought up,
Look at Very
Gary.
Gary. Look at Pat. Look at all of us. All those
5.96s.
Five,
And like
yeah.
he said, that cost him like $300
Right.
a book.
Yeah, I have Frank and Justin. Did you guys watch Very Gary's last video?
It's not
Yeah.
Maybe there are.
I didn't.
9.6s.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know because there's no grader.
Right. Right. So yeah.
But
So he had one posted today on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
it was, and I went in there, I commented, I said, "Can I see the grader?"
Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
If you live by the grade, I mean, if the grade is what the grade is,
Right.
If they say the grade is a 9, I mean, you got to live by that.
You got to see what
No,
happens.
you do.
I
Right.
mean, if that's what
So-
you're
But the
doing.
thing is what is it that makes it instead of a 9.8 drop down to a
Well,
9.6?
there
Right.
is a-
Stress creases and stuff like that.
You
We
know?
don't know the secret
Or
sauce,
the
right?
ones a 9, like he had two books. One was a 9.2, one was a 9.4, and the grader notes were exactly the same.
Right. Yeah. Now, Frank, let me ask you this: you have a big Grail, right? That you purchase. Do you look at that book and say, okay, I can buy this book for this price, crack it, press it, and then hope for a half a bump and then resell it?
No.
Do you ever think about that?
No, I'm actually going to show you guys the book right now. That way we can just. I got it coming Tuesday. This is what I got coming. And mind you, I've been looking for this book for a while.
Right.
I ran into some copies. I just didn't like the placement of the signature on some,
Yeah.
page quality on another
He's
one.
under-
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
You
but
even
it's
worried
just-
about where the signature was? That's great.
Yeah, so I had to wait. So I'm paying so much money. I want the one that I'm gonna want.
yeah.
Okay, I
So-
respect that. Right. Right.
But
Can you see it?
in
No.
my opinion, I
Oh
think-
yeah.
Hold on.
That's it. Oh boy. Woo.
All right, you need to be quiet so the big screen picks it up.
Where did he? Oh, where's the late over here? Oh, I told you. It was
Say
a-
something,
I
Frank.
told you it was an AF.
Hey, how about now? This is the one I got coming in.
Oh my
jealous for
god.
sure.
Right. Okay. So,
Oh, that's awesome. dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's
I
my.
mean, I assume
That's the one that I want. That's the one.
You see,
Yeah, that is the one. You're right.
That is the one.
what are you saying about
I
Grail?
assume when you send in a Grail, like it's to CGC, it's going to cost. How
The
much?
tiers is much higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
What do you put it at? Full market value, right? Isn't it like
You can't just be
a
cracking
couple
it.
percent per market
You
value?
know, cracking it.
Well, it's a $10,000 book. You can.
Right.
It depends on your cost point.
Right. But it also depends what you're going to bump.
Well, I mean, you're
on it,
talking
right?
about you're talking the difference between $25 to grade
Well, it
to a
depends
couple
on your
$100.
cost point.
Right.
It depends
So-
on your cost point. I
Right.
would
So
assume.
Frank, so you moved a lot. You moved some of your books to get that book, right?
I did.
You have been very good, like because we've been talking.
So
for
that's slabbed and signed. You said.
This one is not signed. I passed on a signed one because he signed it right above Spider-Man's face.
right.
It was a 1.5. I was like, I can't look at that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this
right,
one came up, and it was the perfect one for me.
But it's great.
No signature. Yeah, 2.5 blue label.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So awesome.
What, off white to white or what?
It is off white pages.
Yeah, see, Off-White. See, I don't even care about, Ex-Illusionary is to blame for me talking about
I don't care if
pages.
it said yellow. It's
I know, I know.
Some people say you got a creamed Off-White.
Absolutely.
That's your personal
There's
Yeah.
only one other book
Right.
that I would want before that one.
Really? I don't know that book.
What is that?
Yeah.
For Superman.
Oh, first Superman, right.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Right.
I mean, that's
All
the only book
Right.
that I would want
how
before
about
I
this?
had 15.
So in my collection, right, my personal book that I'll never sell is my Hulk 181 9.2. Justin.
Creamed Off-White.
Cream the Off-White. Cream the Off-White at 9.2.
But
so that's
you were just making fun of pages.
No, I wasn't making fun of page quality. I was talking about how other people,
Some people
that I followed, just like when I
that.
talk about linear, right, having some certain grades, how people also find linear books enjoyable and how people also like page quality, right?
Oh,
For me,
like page
my
quality.
9.2, the grade is the grade is the grade. And
Grade
for what
is
I
the
paid,
grade.
hold on, let me finish. For what I paid for it, my grade is exactly where it's at. I made a good increase on it, and my page quality is fine. Will I crack that book and have it re-slabbed or anything? Never, right?
No.
So that's a book that I'll never trade.
Yeah.
Right.
And before you move forward, today I saw 4 Comics posted 3 books.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he's like, they just look like they belong together. And it was a 9.8,
Yeah.
And I commented, ooh, mislinear by 0.1.
Everyone's got their.
Did you get it, Justin?
That's what everything is collecting about. So, Justin, what's
Yes,
one
I got
book in your collection that you'll never trade or sell?
Well, first, just to get back to Roger, the grader notes say spine stress color breaks. So I would check all the spines.
Right. So
On the
that's
left.
basically the same thing that they said to Gary. They don't tell you how many spine stress, how many color breaks. They
I think
don't,
it's
like,
how many nicks there are. It depends on how many.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you might have one and they'll still
Well,
give you a 9.8.
7.
They should.
Yeah. But all right. So the book that I got this week, that after I moved some stuff, I mean, obviously I don't have the picture of it, but I'll put it on. Let's see if we can get this. So that is
there we go.
the Detective Comics number 142, second appearance of the Riddler. White pages for a book that came out in 1948.
White pages?
Yeah, 1948.
Damn.
Look, 1948. That's older
Graded,
than me.
graded
How
4
old were
5.
born and don't have white skin.
I almost crashed my mail truck when he showed me that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that was a really cool book. It's a poor man's first appearance, but a book that I would never get rid of in my collection is my first Scarecrow, World's Finest, World's Best 3.
Yes,
So
and that's all been playing baseball.
Yeah, they're on the
Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay. Frank, what's obvious? Well, Frank doesn't have to answer. I think he's going to say.
Yeah.
What he just talked about. Okay, so
He doesn't
Frank, you're not trading that book.
So,
Okay.
Pat, what's one book you have that you'll never
Yeah, what's one book that you'll not trade?
One book that I'll not trade.
You will not trade.
ever?
I don't know. I don't think there's any that I won't trade.
We are not emotionally attached to any of your books.
I'm emotionally attached to all of my books,
Okay,
but I'll be emotionally attached to the next book too.
right.
Jeez. I mean, if you're going by that, but I'm
Not by value. Not by value.
No, I'm just. I mean, emotionally attached. My 100 Bullets #1.
Right,
I
your
mean,
boy,
I don't
your
know.
boy, your
I
man
mean,
crush.
It's just like I don't know.
Okay, all right.
There's a lot of books that I love.
I think
Right.
that if I gave any of you other
It's like my
3 men
kids.
2 guesses
Right.
on what mine is, you would get it.
ASM 361 9.8.
Oh, you're
No.
300.
No,
ASM 300.
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. My ASM
Right.
300.
Would you rather
Great
have one that
story.
you found in the wild? Come
Well,
back
that was
and
kind
No,
of
have
I
fun.
won that. I won that in a raffle. The 9.8. I won that in a raffle.
it? You get
361.
300 361. Yes.
Yeah.
So you found that in the wild.
No, I won that in a raffle.
Well, it's kind of wild.
Kinda wild. Yeah, my ASM 300. I don't know if
Side jobs. Hashtag
yeah,
side
side
jobs.
I actually did some electrical work for my neighbor who he had some stuff burning, and I fixed it. And there was a few times my neighbor. I'm not going to charge him anything.
Right.
He bought
You were just
ASM
worried about your
300.
house. You were about the fire
Yeah,
spreading.
he bought ASM 300 off the rack when he was young. Had the thing bagged and boarded the whole time, and he knew that I wanted it and couldn't get it, and said, "You're going to take this as payment, and if you say no, I'm going to burn it in front of you."
Unbelievable.
And I sent it out.
Oh, wow.
I sent it.
Who
to,
submitted it
I
for
sent
us?
to
Do you
CGC.
remember?
Me.
You submitted it.
I didn't have it pressed or anything. I sent it out to CGC on my own. It came back at 9.8.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And I get my 2 Batman 50s.
And when my neighbor saw it was a 9.8, he's like, "Man, I'm an idiot."
Oh yeah, so that's awesome. So
That's awesome.
So moving on. So you've got your recent polls and stuff like that. Bernie, what do you got? You got some stuff you want to show?
I wasn't supposed to be on here today.
Well, we make room for you, buddy.
Did you call me?
We're all familiar. I did call you. Yes. So Bernie's going to show some books that he's been picking up, and shout out to everybody watching right now. Stay Puff's hanging with us. Just a Rican and his comics. What's up, man? I love it. Viva la Boca. There you go. Barry Feinberg's hanging out. Just a Rican. Model Vault, Stay Puff. Anybody else that's hanging out with us right now, thank you for jumping in with us on Saturday. This was a lot of fun to do, and more importantly, a lot of fun to have other people come on the show.
Right.
So
I don't
say you
short box Bernie does not have a box.
You got like small bag Bernie.
So I originally wasn't supposed to be on this show today,
but here he is. In all his glory.
Yeah.
So he calls me. He's on a. Did you talk about your Facebook Marketplace?
No, not yet. I have the full stack right here. I'll wait.
Okay, so he calls me.
I'm a patient man.
I'm driving and I don't answer the texts because I'm a conscientious driver. So finally, I get to a place where I can pull over. Like, what's up?
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, I'm up in New Hampshire. I'm a smoker. I'm sorry.
No, don't talk about it. It's okay.
It's family show, yeah.
Family show.
So, anyways, I'm up New Hampshire. I went 91 north this time instead of 84 east.
And you just typed in a GPS, any comic shop?
I went to Keene, New Hampshire. That's what I typed in.
Okay.
Quickest way. That was quicker than Seabrook. So then once I get there, I go to this place called Enterprise Comics. They do the shows. They'll be at Little Giants.
I want to go.
That's the place that I bought, that I saw it, not that I bought. That's the place that I saw the Batman 15.
Yeah.
7.5.
Unbelievable.
You don't see Batmans in their teens at a 7.5 graded often.
So these are all purchases from today?
Yes.
I mean, this is live purchases
and
I was
on. Yeah. So I was on like, all right. So I was on kind of like, I was on a budget.
A budget, right. We're not going to be smart on a budget.
They had a Fantastic Four 65, which is the first appearance of
50, 65.
Justin will know.
FF65 is the first appearance.
FF65 is the first appearance of
High Illusionary?
No, that was in a Thor book.
Wow.
My God.
All right. Well,
My God. Ronan the Accuser.
Oh, of course. Ronan the Accuser.
The Supreme Intelligence.
The Supreme Intelligence, right. Double first appearance.
It was a really nice, it looked like a really nice grade.
Then why did you buy it? What was it at?
110.
Okay.
Raw.
You passed.
But I passed. And then they had a 67 right behind it. Low grade.
Right.
At 50.
Okay.
No, 67, right?
67 is
the one you won the raffle from Exclusion.
Yeah.
But it was low grade and it was at 50, but that's the only one I need. I have FF65. I have Thor 165. I have whatever argument you want to make about his first appearance.
Right. Okay,
I have all of them except that one.
Okay.
So I was debating about that, but then I went to just throwing in my X-Men run.
Now, no sales that you know of.
No sale. I didn't run into any sales today.
Okay.
God.
All right. So what did you buy?
Yeah, thanks. Uncanny X-Men 269, filling my run. 171.
Good book. I love this book. I bought this book off the rack.
This one had no price. So I asked her, I go, what's the deal with the ones with no prices? She goes, I'll look it up. So I'm like,
I'll look on eBay.
So I'm like, great, give me $20. But she came back $450. So I'm like, all right.
All right.
Uncanny X-Force number 4. Low print run. So, I think it's a popular book. 377. So now all I need for X-Men 127 to end is 129 and
Family Show.
129 and 376. Okay. I don't even know what 376 is, but because I got this 350. Nice. I saw it. How is X-Men 350 a key? I saw the Mr. Mylar, $20.
Yeah, really?
So then I grabbed this. I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for X-Men 350. But I guess, and then I looked on eBay and everything's like right, All
right.
So I got this one for $15.
This is a tough
Yeah.
That's a good book, Justin.
Yeah, it's like it's a low print by the time that came out, and the hollow foil. There's a hollow foil.
I don't think this is the hollow foil one though.
No, but still, it's a low print.
I mean, it's like
at that time Marvel was kind of like in the dump.
This cover, I just love the cover. I don't have this series. I think it's the when Flash Thompson was Venom.
Yeah, it's the Rick Remender run.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I love that cover, so I got 3 books.
Yeah.
Free comic book day.
Yeah, now who's that first appearance of though?
Black Order.
Order.
Not the Black Order.
No.
One of the Black Order.
All right, so this is a great fun.
Corvus Glaive.
Yeah, Corvus Glaive. This is a great book. So if this book sold for $4, right, and it was from Free Comic Book Day,
but they have to pay for it,
right? But you don't though. That's my point.
Yeah,
you're making 400 times your money.
That's
like you sell it for $4.
400 times nothing is what?
Exactly. Nothing. Exactly. So you're making. So this book, if you think about it though,
that's like Umbrella Academy.
Well, no,
the Free Comic Book Day book is going
but that's unbelievable. That this book is you're going to make 400 times your money. You're only going to make $4, but still though,
So, but going back to this store is called Enterprise Comics in Keene, New Hampshire, and it was a very cool store. But they're very market value, so you're not going to,
Look who showed up! If anybody saw Captain Marvel, I got Goose.
Oh yeah, there's Goose right there.
Goose is in there.
The next Aquaman movie.
Okay.
First appearance of the Trench.
Really? Is that what? Can I see this book? Is this really the first appearance of the Trench creatures?
Don't believe number 2 because the Trench is right there.
Yeah, there it is.
We got the cover appearance.
Aquaman number 1, first appearance. Get it while it's hot.
I did pick up 2
Justin
copies.
Just had the first appearance of Chinese food.
Yeah.
That was the store I went to.
All right.
That was pretty cool. Then I went to the other store, Keene, New Hampshire, called Comic Boom.
Okay.
And if I had to grade this place out of a CGC scale,
give it a CGC scale.
3.5.
3.5. Ooh.
God damn.
Oh my
We're not
God.
even talking about it.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
At least it was alphabetical.
Oh, thank God they did that for you.
Yeah, but everything was dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just terrible. And the guy was nice. That's why he got a 3.5.
Is that what it is, really?
The guy was very nice.
It would have been an a-hole. He would have got a 1.8.
So this is what I did happen to get, because I don't think people go into the store because their store sucks. But,
Yeah. Guys, hit that like button for us.
I did
please.
pull out Mortal Hulk 11.
Yep.
10 and 7.
Nice.
Uncanny X-Men. I know it's a variant by the barcode.
Yeah.
I don't know what incentive it is, but it was $4.
$4. All right.
Uncanny X-Men 27. First full appearance of Bishop.
Yep. First full.
I
named my dog after me.
I know it's not.
I
know.
Big Bishop fan, are you?
Yeah, I was a huge Bishop fan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, your
Very
readers
cool.
on.
I know my readers on. I see it. I know.
I got a $4 book for $2.
Yeah.
He was in the X-Men movie for like 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
This
What
one
else?
I like, because Art tried to sell me this book for $25 one time.
And what'd you get it for right now?
$4.
$4. There you go.
So first appearance of Marauders, and this book is nice grade. I think it's gonna kick my personal copy back to the doubles box, and this one going to the personal copy box.
Oh, all
But
right.
I like that one. First appearance of Death. Death, I think, from the Sandman universe.
Yeah, first appearance in DC continuality.
Okay. And then I forgot my wallet.
What do you mean?
It was in the car. So I had to go out to the car and get my wallet. From the last place, I had forgot it. And so then he comes back in, and I guess he had looked through what I was getting. He goes, "You may like this box." And I had asked him. He had an Umbrella Academy for $100.
Okay.
And I'm like, nah. So then he goes, "You may like this box." But so then I got this one. It's an X-Men reprint.
Yeah, but the
92.
reprints are getting harder and harder to find.
Yeah, but it's in really good condition
it's a
for
good
$12. So,
Yeah, I would buy that.
So that was, but that store was,
All right.
I can't deal with those.
3.5.
3.5.
All right.
The first store was a 6.5. So,
Right.
Oh no, I forgot about the Matina.
Oh, of course, we can't have a show without Matina.
The Spawn Matina, $291, I think.
Yeah,
Virgin.
Nice.
So
nice book.
Where'd you get that from?
$3 from the same guy.
No,
And then,
where'd you get the art from?
Thank you for the likes, fellas.
So that was in New Hampshire. So then I'm driving back to Hartford. I go, there's got to be a Newberry around here.
Right, okay.
Have you ever been in Northampton, Massachusetts?
I've never very hippie town, right?
Yeah,
So for all you guys that are listening,
My
where are you looking in the
Us in
Northeast?
Connecticut call people from Massachusetts massholes.
Right.
And
So
the last two trips I've taken have really lived up to that name.
right. So we live in the North. We live in Connecticut. We have Massachusetts. For those of you guys who are geologically,
Geologically.
Geography.
Correct.
Right. So Pat goes up and down. We go to New Hampshire, go to Maine, and stuff like that. Find a lot of cool stories.
And New
but
Hampshire's
obviously,
only,
you have not had. So what did you get?
So now I go to this Northampton store.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I'm very lucky. The one Newberry we have in Connecticut, I go to every Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I get all my stuff there. But so these I found die number 1.
Yeah.
Die.
I love this cover right here.
I think this is
that's
Juggernaut.
a great
It's a
cover.
Scott. It's the only Campo cover
I want to buy that. Can I buy that off you right now?
No, because that's the only one I got.
Come on, I'll buy it off you right now.
It's the only one I got. You
Not
want to
for
buy these two?
NFS? No, I don't
You
want to
buy these two?
Well, maybe by the end of the night I will.
First, Dylan Brock, and first full Dylan Brock.
Okay.
And
Nice
then, I missed this
Scotty
Scotty.
Youngboy.
Yeah, I missed it at my Newberry. They didn't have it or whatever. And then Art's trying for $10 on this shit. But, so.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, thank you very much. Atlas Wolf just jumped
So
in
that was
with
at
us.
Newberry. But that was an ordeal getting Northampton, Massachusetts.
It's not even a ticket.
Right. No,
No,
Discovery
the
Bay's on
parking-
with us too.
The parking. And then
Right.
I missed the parking going down that
Yeah,
way.
well,
And
yeah.
I had to walk.
Right.
So then I went
You went to another store.
East Hampton, Massachusetts.
Oh my God! Because
Comics
Northampton
and more.
wasn't enough for you.
Comics and more. This place, no, but they don't have like back bins.
Right. Okay. So
I mean,
it's all-
they have bins, but like
Right.
not like Silver Eight.
Okay.
Nothing, But I did find some cool books. Venom number 3, first appearance of Null. Canal.
Oh no!
No.
I'm in that.
The
That's-
second printing.
Right.
Nice
Yeah,
cover.
second printing. Another Venom 7.
For sale. NFS.
So this book, I think I sold Justin. Justin, did I sell you cover A and cover B? Pay for this.
Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man. Questionable book right now. Pretty hot, getting up in speed. I mean, it's.
So I looked on eBay real quick. It was like there's one with 4 days left at 30. So I'm like, okay.
Discovery Bay. Good luck with your family tonight going to see Captain Marvel. Good
But
parenting.
Justin, I sold you both copies, right?
Yes.
For 20.
Hey, trades go east.
I
Trades
mean,
go west.
Yeah.
Old Guard number 1, Charlize Theron.
Yeah. All right.
On that one.
Cool book.
One per store variant.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoarding this book.
Because he's going to pop eventually, right? Mr. Sinister is going to go.
They did the Nathaniel Essex house in
Right.
Deadpool
It's
2.
the only thing I can submit for
Right.
multi-comic Monday.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Hell of a haul. I had a great day today.
yeah.
Yep.
I wish I came back with that Batman 15.
Well,
But
yeah, right. I mean, I wish I shit on a toilet made of gold, but you know.
Oh, family show.
Yeah, right. I apologize. So we got a bunch of shows coming up. Frank, you just picked up that big book. Do you go to a lot of shows out in Denver, Frank? I mean, what?
I haven't been to any conventions out here in
Okay.
Denver.
And now, how about comic shops in your area?
Oh,
Do you-
yeah. There's about 10 that I usually, when I'm in the mood to buy comics, I'll hit about 10 in one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when Free Comic Book Day rolls around, is there one or two that you like to go to, or?
Yeah, I always like to go to Mile High just because, I mean, the prices are outrageous, but they do a pretty good comic book day.
Right. Mile
I
High.
love
They're, let me tell you about Mile High. When I was a kid in the 80s, and you guys know this, in the 70s and 80s, and you would look through a book, and you'd have all those books, and I would look through Hulk, and it would blah, blah, blah. I get to 181, and Mile High Comics would have Hulk 181 for $12.
Yeah.
Look at, I'm crying inside. I'm crying inside. So,
yeah.
Right. So interesting about that in the shows and recent pickups. And Frank, you're not into the variant game at all, right? You're not buying any of those?
Oh, I used to buy variants by the tons.
Yeah, right.
I would just turn around. I would love them for the moment.
Right.
And then I'd be like, and I would sell them.
Nice.
And I would usually sell them for what I get them for, or even a little less. I would take a loss sometimes, but
right, just
it didn't really matter.
So Frank, I got a lot of family in Denver. My niece is I was in kindergarten when she was born. I'm the youngest of 7, so she's actually like the same age as my wife, and my son's godmother lives right in downtown Denver. And I have a nephew that lives about 10 minutes away from Denver.
Well, heck, the next time you're here, let me know, man. We'll do something.
No doubt, man. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the best part about this. Everybody hook it up. So I have a reason. Like up until this morning at 7 a.m., I didn't have any books to show.
Oh,
but now I do.
Now you got 50.
Now I got 50. This is what I got. Look at this. Boom. Let me tell you something. I've been on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not a Facebook guy.
Is it Otto Grotto or is it
my name on Facebook is Otto Grotto, and my whole reason is for this channel is to just repost stuff.
Everything he does for us.
Everything I do is for the 3 Men in the Basement. So I have my 3 Men in the Basement show, but I checked Facebook Marketplace. So I saw this dude had some ASM books, and I'm making a short story long. I hit him up, and at first he had $300. Then he marked it down to $200. Now I wake up, and I'm like, all right, let me send this dude a message and be like, he had the first Hobgoblin, second Hobgoblin, and some other books. Now I know that Spidey keys, right, are just there's nothing hotter right now than Spider-Man keys, right? Justin, do you agree with that right now? Spidey keys?
Yeah, any first appearance, that's where you're gonna get.
I know
it's gonna show up at some point.
Right. And I'm gonna talk to Frank too, because Frank, you're Spidey keys and you're investor grade, right? Because that's something I learned about Frank. That's something I learned from Frank about books being investor grades, right? So we're gonna talk about that. So Frank, I'm gonna hit you up with that. So we had some Spider-Man books, and I'm like, all right, I'll get in on this. So I hit him up with, hey man, would you take $100? And he fired back with no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right.
He was asking 300 and you hit him up with
he started at 3, went to 2. Okay, went to 2. And then I hit him up with $100.
He went to 2 on his own.
He went to 2 on his own, and I hit him up for the $100, knowing that he would come back at. So he came back at, hey man, I'll take 175. Right. He said, I'll take 175. I said, for 175, I'm not interested. He fired back with blocked you. Well, yeah.
All right, cool.
He fired back with, how about 150? So I said, for 150, I'll take it. So I met the dude early in the morning, and I got some books, but I'll tell you, I'm a little pissed off about what I got, so buyer beware. So this is 238.
So you bought this. You bought this lot
because I looked at it. I knew the tattoo wasn't there.
Okay, but you bought this lot based on this book, right?
That and the Second Punisher, right. The 2 other books. So I bought it based on it because I don't have this book anymore, and I don't know why. So I got the 238 raw. Looks pretty clean. When I met the guy, I actually looked at it, and I spent a couple minutes, but I was like, all right, I'm out. So I grabbed that book, and I left, and we'll just show the top 4 books. So I got that book. I got Marvel Team Up 141.
Love this book.
Which is tied, for the first appearance.
Yeah, many people will argue that it's the first appearance.
Right. To me, the book is clean. The spine looks good. So I got that book, so I was happy with that.
That's about when it released.
The Captain Marvel variant came up. And I was pretty happy with that. When I saw that, I was cool with it. So that was cool. He had first Prowler. That Roger's going to show. Yeah, first Prowler. And then he had second appearance of what's that? That's not first Prowler. It's second Prowler.
First Prowler is like 78.
You're absolutely right about that. You're right. All right. So you got all right. You're absolutely, because I have that. Interesting. All right. So then there's a second right there, I think. No. So there's a bunch of Marvel tales and stuff like that. There's some Venom books.
He got 50 books.
I got 50 books. Yeah. So those.
I mean,
so I got ASM 58, right there.
You got the silver Spider-Man #1.
Yeah, I got the Todd
You did not lose
McFarlane.
out, dude.
I got ASM 135, which is a clean copy that I didn't have.
Clean. That's a good book right there.
Right. So
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a good
book.
That's
Well,
considered
Nice one.
Punisher.
Yeah. So, but when I got
Should
home, I opened
should
up.
be.
I opened up the 238. Oh, and this book too, because this book is this book that we spec'd on. We spec'd on this on Lords of the Long Box, especially X-Men do end up fighting Avengers, and I had in the second appearance of Hobgoblin, which is fine. But then I get home and I'm like, I open up the book, and the staple is detached on the 238
Yeah.
from the cover to the book. It's detached.
So the whole
So
No, staple's
yes.
gone. There's no staple there.
There's a staple,
this-
but it's gone right there. So I hit the
The
dude back
staple
up.
holes are there.
Right.
There's no staple.
Right, it's not attached. So I hit the dude back up. I said, dude, did you know this? And he's like, man, I didn't mean to do this, blah, blah, blah. I'll hit you up. I go, look, dude, I want a little bit of a refund. He's like, I don't do PayPal. So, I mean, trains go east, trains go west. I
He
don't
was
know.
going to give you a refund because that stable wasn't.
Well, he said,
Like
I
how much?
asked for a
They
refund.
got pulled
25
when the
bucks.
tattoo.
Oh,
I want
that's worth it.
25 bucks. You know,
That's
right,
worth it,
right. I want 25 bucks back. He's like, next time I'm in town, I'll give it to you. All right, buddy. I'm not going to hold my breath. So, you know, and this deal happened by 9 o'clock in the morning, man. I was already fired up.
He brought my
So,
kid there.
I brought his kid with me. I brought
Could've
the
went to
muscle.
the muscle.
Yes, I take the kids to go work out. I'm
They
like,
go
all
to
right,
the gym.
So there's a bunch of other Spider-Men in
Put up
there.
on
So
eBay
They
right
were
now.
still sleeping.
As
They're
you-
at the gym. All
I'm
of a sudden, I see
yeah.
a picture. I took these
Put up
guys.
on eBay right now. $20 start bid.
yeah, we'll
How
have to
we
see.
gonna do?
You know, I remember having that book.
I mean, the
So,
staple got
I
torn when he
got-
tore the
I got two of
tattoos
those.
out.
so those are my recent hauls. I really haven't done much.
So let me ask you real quick. So this is supposed to be the second appearance of
second
Punisher.
appearance of Punisher.
Now,
Yeah.
It's considered the second.
But why? Let me ask you this. So I have 134.
Yes,
134 is
It's
the first appearance of
First
Tarantula.
Right.
But on the last page, the Punisher's there. It
Because
says,
it's
I'm
just
back.
A cameo. And
Well,
it's
that's so
not
stupid.
considered
He's-
the second appearance.
A cameo is
It's not
a,
considered.
hey, I'm talking over
that's the
here.
thing. They
Stupid.
need to come out
There's a
with
full page of the Punisher on it.
Right. Just like Hulk
X-Men
180.
Annual 14 should be the first appearance of Gambit.
Right. Or, you know, Hulk 180 versus 180 versus 181.
Who
Who
drives
the one
that?
page?
Who
So-
decides that?
They need
That's
to
a good
come out with
question.
the. They
Who
need to come
decides
out
that?
with the.
CGC decides that?
Yeah.
They need to
I
come
guess.
out with a set,
Yeah, there should be.
and it's kind of like Dark Side.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that is the worst.
The
term
dark side
one.
is the absolute worst for a key.
Yeah.
That is an absolute
Superman's
key.
pal.
Right.
It's one
panel of him on a
and
computer
of him on a
screen.
TV screen.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So, all right, let's just switch gears for a second.
Wait a minute.
without-
Before we go, Justin,
Oh yeah.
listen. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever received from somebody. And you gave this to me at our
Oh
comic
my
swap.
God! Look at Justin.
Oh,
What a guy.
Dude, who drew this?
So if you guys,
my
can you bring
friend,
something to the camera?
yeah,
This is
my friend
uh,
Eric.
this is Carnage fighting.
Yeah,
Bring it closer yeah, so they can see it.
We don't have our camera close enough.
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
You're
look
good.
at that, beautiful.
Right there. Dang, that's dope.
Eric.
So for anybody that doesn't know, that's my favorite character is
Eric
Carnage. And at the comic swap, Justin gave me this. I'm like, where did this come from? He's like, somebody I knew drew it. So here. I'm like, what do you mean somebody you knew drew it? Who? This
Well,
looks
yeah,
like
one of my friends.
this looks like the person who
Looks like original art.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So I'm just not only do I want to thank you again, but who drew this?
My
Eric.
friend Eric Martins.
That's phenomenal. You tell him.
Yeah.
You tell him. I want.
Just
Yeah,
tell him
we're
thanks.
gonna go with thanks, but we're gonna go on the side because I've been wanting to have Carnage tattooed,
Yeah. Oh.
and
Whoa.
I'm gonna ask what he would charge for it to come up with some ink color
Nice.
to have that
I love
put
it.
on.
I love it. Awesome. So we're going to talk about a few things now. We're going to veer from comics. You guys, we've been yapping at you for almost 80 minutes right now. But we're going to keep going because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I've seen Captain Marvel. Frank, you saw it today.
I did.
Justin, you saw it last night.
Yeah, I saw it last
You
night.
guys,
Just
I saw it Thursday night.
you saw it
so
Thursday night.
apparently,
Okay.
I'm the only one who
All
hasn't
right.
seen it.
So
Let's see.
without
Wanna hear my
spoiling,
grade?
hold on. That's what we're going to do. We're all going to go around. We're all going to go around and give our CGC grade. And then I don't want to talk about what's good or bad, but just everybody get their own opinion. Sure. I saw it today, and after processing it and thinking about it, stuff like this, I gave it a 7.5. But I'm going to tell you what I was really happy with was Brie Larson is really hot. She's a lot hotter than I really thought she was, but her mannerisms and her little eye are just really hot. So that's my opinion. I'm going to go to Frank right now. Frank, your CGC grade on this, what would you give it?
I think I'd give it a 9.2.
Really? I love that grade. Okay.
Just because she's hot. And, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was a good origin story to get her introduced. That way she's in Endgame. So,
yep.
I think a 9.2 is near mint. It's good.
All right, good. I'm going to go to Pat right now. Pat, what do you give it?
0.5.
0.5.
Incomplete.
Ouch.
Incomplete. Missing something?
I fell asleep during it.
Oh, for God's sakes. I don't think that counts. That doesn't count.
It's incomplete.
It's incomplete. What'd you see? That night in the middle of the day?
The half lights. What? That day I got out of work at 12:30.
Oh, God. Here we go. What time did you see it? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah, so we know what you did all day. Okay.
Mine's in for grading.
All right. So, okay. So, Roger's in for grading.
Mine's in for grading.
All right. Now, Justin. Now, if you're watching Justin right now, you can see he strategically put all his Captain Marvel books over his shoulder.
Dude, I'm so surprised at his grade.
All right, Justin.
I know his grade, by the way. Right.
Okay, Justin.
I'm very surprised. Fanboy didn't.
All right, well, we don't know what he said. So, Justin, what was your grade?
I gave it an 8.5.
That was great.
I think all right. So the reason behind that, my biggest problem with the movie is, and this is,
go ahead.
This doesn't really do anything as far as spoiling. The fact that they constantly say it's S.H.I.E.L.D. Like they constantly call themselves S.H.I.E.L.D. when we all know that in Iron Man 1, Coulson is just like whatever strategic homeland, whatever they call it. And he's just like, you need to come up with an acronym. But throughout the entire movie, they're always like S.H.I.E.L.D., S.H.I.E.L.D., S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. And just like that really hurts it. Okay. I thought about it more after I texted you guys last night or this morning, and I really think it's a phase 1 movie. It's basically kind of like a phase 1 movie. It's an origin, but she is totally the future of the Marvel Studios.
Okay.
Like
so,
everyone. Go ahead. And
I was going to say, so let's go with one thing you liked about the movie and one thing you didn't like about the movie.
Well, S.H.I.E.L.D.
So you didn't like the S.H.I.E.L.D. part, Justin.
I didn't like the show. I think the soundtrack is amazing.
I'm going to buy it.
Last night I put on the soundtrack immediately once I got out of the movie theater.
It's good.
I think that was great.
Yeah, that was good.
Another great thing, I just think towards the end, of course, it's the action. I think her build-up is a lot. I watched actually Captain America: First Avenger was on today. I watched that. That's what it is. It's a build-up movie. Okay, it fits perfectly in the phases. She is the future. Like everybody was complaining, like, oh, she has no emotion.
No, I'm okay with that.
No, but then you know what it is. She you've seen the trailers. She has no connection. Like she doesn't know who she is. So she is an alien to everybody on Earth. So she doesn't have that happy-go-lucky. Like you see her in some of her flashbacks. Right. So that's why she acts the way she does. Right.
That's what Nick the Fury did. All right. So Frank, what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
The soundtrack for one obviously was great. Love that. I love the storyline. I think the storyline was good. I mean, it's true what Justin said about the S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't even think about that until he brought it up. But I think overall, man, I like the movie, man. There's really nothing negative that I really want to say about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, awesome. What I really liked is she really impressed me as an actress. I thought she was hot. I can't say it again. I really liked her. She was hot.
How does that qualify as an actress?
Because it was good. I think your wife doesn't watch the show.
I know. Thank God she doesn't watch it. But listen, but her mannerisms were good. She was cute. The way she said stuff was cool. And you know what I mean? She's kind of, that's kind of like the girl that you're kind of like, all right, she doesn't stand out above the crowd, but you know what? You're looking at her and the stuff that she does is really cool. But I'm telling you guys, I didn't like the way they do the Skrulls. I didn't. To each their own. That's all I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say about that. Pat, what did you like and what didn't you like about it? From what
I saw.
From what you were awake for?
Second half.
Second half.
It was hard to follow.
Well, hard to follow. I slept for the first hour.
Yeah, really.
I didn't like how they made
It's called incomplete.
Was it Talos?
Talos, right. Okay.
All of a sudden, he's a comic relief.
Okay.
Like Shazam.
I've been hunting his first appearances.
Right, yeah. I know. All right. All right.
But you know what it is? You got to look at it as It's really interesting. I mean, you got to take this as she's the first Marvel character to have her own movie. You've had Black Widow in how many movies in the Marvel universe? You've had Scarlet Witch.
But I see that they can bring it to the next. She's the next phase. So
right,
yeah,
and they did a good job on that.
All right. So I'll.
You know what the problem is behind her too is, and this is the truth for anybody who reads her stories. There's never she's not an A-list character, so she's not
correct, 100%.
She doesn't have tons of great storylines or like story arcs where you're like, oh my god, you should read this arc. I mean, I can't even tell you a good story arc. Yes, you can read the Kelly Sue DeConnick after Avenging Spider-Man, which is a good run. But like she's not a AAA character.
Okay.
You know, there's B characters that they brought up, but I think this is a C character that they're going to bring to the A's.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Justin,
Carol Danvers.
All right, we're going to get
Carol Danvers.
Here we go.
We're going to get into spoilers now. Who was Jude Law?
Jude Law was...
And I don't remember because...
right.
Jan Rock.
He was not Marvel.
No, he was not Marvel. So, okay, so we can't even give that up right now. We can't even
I'm going tomorrow.
We have to talk.
Spoiler alert.
The movie. Listen,
so you really did finish all the movies.
Listen, so if this was 2-3 weeks in, I would have been like, go ahead because it's my
100%. We respect that.
First weekend, I'm going to see it tomorrow.
Okay, right. We can't answer. All right.
No, so that's not a spoiler. They told you if you watch the featurette.
Right. So Justin, give us what books were it? So it was Marvel Superheroes 15.
No, what I'm asking is both DC and Marvel have a Carol Danvers. And DC, Carol Danvers.
Marvel. They both have
a Captain Marvel.
And DC, Carol Danvers is Supergirl's sister.
No.
That was brought about with the TV series more so.
Yeah.
Like, because it's.
So you're telling me she's not in the books?
No.
Not that name. I can't think of her name in the show. Or even like back in the comics, I can't think of what they called her, to be honest, off the top of my head.
So I don't think so. But the whole Captain Marvel thing has gone back for years and years and years. You know what I mean?
Shazam.
So Shazam and stuff like that. So we're not going to talk about Shazam yet. We got some people that like it. We got some people that don't. But anyway, so let's just talk real quick because we're going on almost 90 minutes of good talk because Frank is here as our special guest. Frank, what are you watching right now for superhero shows? Are you watching Deadly Class, Umbrella Academy? What are you watching right now in your free time?
Titans.
I'm actually watching the Ozark. I'm not watching any superhero stuff right now.
Ozark.
Yeah, the Ozark on Netflix. Have you guys seen that yet?
No, I haven't messed with Ozark yet.
It's awesome.
It's great.
What season
great. What's that? I barely started. I'm like on season 1, episode like 5, 6.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Nice.
Oh man, I'm loving it.
Nice. So I'm watching Flash right now.
You know, she's such a bitch in every fucking
family show. Family show. Thank you. All right. So I'm watching Flash right now, and Flash is pretty good. I'm digging it. I watch it with my daughter. I'm enjoying it.
I'm not a big fan.
Primal Fear.
Like his daughter is irritating me.
Okay.
The fact that they just keep dragging that on.
All right, and they're ending Flash.
They are.
No, ending Arrow.
They're ending Arrow. Yes, they're ending Arrow. I apologize.
Season 8.
Yeah.
You're okay with that? I'm okay with it. I didn't watch it this year because last season just so bad.
Okay.
Last season was so bad. I was just like, I've had enough.
Okay, interesting.
So and then of course I didn't watch it this year, and everybody's saying it's one of their best.
Good. All right. Justin, I know you and I are watching the same shows. I've yet to watch Umbrella Academy because Deadly Class is just off the chains right now. I'm digging it like you wouldn't believe.
Deadly Class is what? Once a week?
Deadly Class is once a week. Okay. And they reference comic books.
You could have finished Umbrella Academy.
I definitely could have, but I don't have. I apologize. I'm not as busy. I'm just as busy as everybody else. I'm not saying that I'm busier than anybody, but I just don't have time to pick and choose. I pick and choose. And when I have 2 or 3 hours, I'm going to watch that. Oh my God! Whatchamacallit on DC streaming right now? Doom Patrol.
I haven't watched it.
Awesome.
I watched the first one.
Right. Justin, where are you at with that?
I am up to date. I just watched
it. So what's the up to date?
Episode
4.
Oh, really?
Right?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the season
4.
Actually, no, I've watched 2.
I like to binge watch.
I would love, that's a book
2.
that I could find. If I go to a con tomorrow and I find My Strange Adventures, their first appearance, I'm buying it because they are so into.
What number?
15, Justin. My Strange Adventures.
15. My Greatest Adventure is 80.
Yeah, I'm not even close. My Greatest Adventure. So I'll buy the book. I know what it looks like because it's so good.
For $1.
Right. All right. So yeah. So those are just really good shows. I'm watching that.
Does anybody watch Black Lightning besides me?
No.
No.
I don't.
I just put that to end right now. No.
It's good though, right?
I like it.
I'm sure I like it too. I'm gonna watch it too. I liked it when I
like
started.
it. I like it.
I just
That's why I'm watching it. I enjoy it. I don't know a lot about Black Lightning. I like the fact that there's an entire storyline of superheroes that I don't know anything about. So I'm learning through this show.
Comic Geek MCD says he watches it.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy it. I love the music behind it.
Awesome.
I love the story. Here's my biggest problem with like Flash and Arrow and Supergirl is like they decide that this is the person, this is the bad guy,
right?
And this is going to be the bad guy the entire season.
Agreed.
So if you don't like the bad guy or where the story's going, the season is terrible. It's hard to watch.
Okay, agreed.
With Black Lightning, even though Tobias is the bad guy, like every episode they're fighting something different as a tie-in to the bad guy.
All right.
There's other things going on. And the first couple of seasons of Flash were like that. Even though you had the reverse Flash that he was fighting, but every episode was they were doing something different, but it tied back into that.
Okay.
Black Lightning is like that, and that's why, like I said, the thing that bothers me about Flash is with his daughter, like she's such a whiner. She always gets in the way. Like every it's like being on a show, watching the show with my daughter.
Yes, exactly. It's like being at home. Right.
Every show, it's the same concept, but a different theme.
Nice. I agree with you. So yeah. So those are some shows, man. This is just
Titans was great. Can't wait for
Titans is great. Doom Patrol is really good.
I am so looking forward to Cloak and Dagger. Come back on.
I just picked that up. So I do have a bunch of books out right now. So just to give everybody an idea about where we are with books and CGC books. We've got lots of books right now with CGC Blue Label Comics, one of our sponsors. Roger, my
brother.
Yeah, I've got some books, stuff like that. I just sent some books to Rocket Comics. So shout out to Rocket Comics right now. Out on the West Coast, they're going to C2, E2, or E2 if I can't say it.
C2, E2.
And I'm getting that's it. Tebow hooked me up with this, so I'm excited about it. So I'm going to tell you what books I have right now. There. So I've got Avenging Spider-Man 9.6. I'm getting it cracked, pressed, and quad signs, and I'm all about that. So hopefully that comes back big. I actually sent my Teen Titans 2 9.6 in to get double signed by Perez and Wolfman. Hopefully I'll get the bump on that. I have
Why didn't you wait till Terrificon?
Because I'll tell you why. Because I would have had to crack it and press it myself, and I would let, from what I hear about Rocket Comics that they're pressing, they are phenomenal. So I'm going to let Rocket Comics press it.
So you weren't going to have CGC. You weren't going to have CGC press it.
No. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we're just listening.
Yeah, so Rocket Comics, right? Yes, well, kind of for signature. So Rocket Comics is doing that. My Teen Titans #1, which I bought raw. I'm hoping that comes back big. I bought that at the swap. And my Giant Size X-Men #1, 6.5, which I bought raw and I've had for years. I'm having Claremont sign it. And if I can get a half a pump, and if I can bring that up to a 7, I'll be really excited for that.
But even if it's a 6.5,
signed by Claremont, yes, absolutely. I'm okay with that.
Because he's not cheap.
No, he's not cheap.
We learned that at Terrificon.
Yeah, so I've got that all set up. And so I'm pretty excited. So we're going to wrap up, you guys. We got some college basketball to watch.
Go Blue.
All right, Bernie, 1869. Any closing thoughts for you?
Go Duke.
Go Duke. All right, Roger. Any closing thoughts for you tonight?
No Zion.
Closing thoughts.
No Zion, but we'll take care of business.
No, I was going to bring up Shazam.
Save it for another show.
Save it for another show.
No, there's no other show.
All right.
You know what?
Wait till the movie comes out.
The previews don't deserve.
You're either
there.
You're either with Shazam or you're.
I think that I think that we appreciate everybody coming out, watching us.
Right, absolutely.
This has been a great show. Make sure you follow all of us on Instagram. Make sure you like the show on YouTube.
Please do. Absolutely.
And everybody be watching ESPN tonight. Go Blue.
Go Blue. All right. All right. So I will refer to
Beat State.
Justin. Justin, you've got a video coming up this week. What else is going on?
Yeah, Variant Spotlight tomorrow is a full thing on Captain Marvel. So I basically put together all the Captain Marvel variants that I have in my collection. So check that out. And then, of course, just the top variants for the week. And then before we leave, Frank, I just want to ask you, you're a big Predator and Aliens guy because I could see behind it. Which is your favorite Predator character in all the movies? Like, who's your favorite?
It's probably between Jungle and City, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that.
Yep. There's a new one that came out. Prime One has out. It's City Hunter. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. It's an amazing.
Yeah, I've seen some. The Prime ones I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that mounts to the wall.
Really?
Nice.
And it's a quarter scale, so it's like over 30 inches. So I'm in for that one.
All right, so
Nice.
Frank, I'm going to tell you a story real quick about what happened when we were kids. So I had my boy, it was me, Uni Matrix Mino. We go see Predator in the movie theater, right?
Okay.
We go see Predator in the movie theater. We're 18, 19 years old. We smuggle in like 10, 12. Snuggle. No, I apologize. Smuggle in 12 or 13 beers, right, that we can bring in, right?
Right.
So we're in the movies. It's 15 minutes into the Predator one, the first one, and they're being attacked, and they all start laying down fire, right? I mean, they've got the M60 going. They're just blasting. They're shooting at everything. And all of a sudden, it's quiet. And at that point, the minute it's quiet, my boy who decides to crack open his beer goes, and man, you hear him crack that beer through the, like, if there was any other worse time to crack a beer open in a movie theater, it was dead. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge fan of Predator. No, we didn't get thrown out. It was back. So I'm a huge fan of Predator. I shout out to Frank for doing all the figures and stuff like that. So Frank, thank you for joining us. Anything you want to say before we close out, man?
Oh man, it's been a pleasure. Whenever you want to do it again, let me know. Love to jump in. Good talking to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as always, follow Always Collecting on Instagram. Frank's our friend. He's a good dude. And even though we're, going East Coast to West Coast, we still keep an open line of communication. You had one more thing you wanted to jump in on?
Yeah. So anybody that watched us from the beginning, when we first started our show on Instagram, I used to do a segment called Hip Hop Spotlight.
Yes, right. I remember that.
I have over 100 hip hop comic book variants. And I didn't talk a lot about the book itself,
right?
But more about the album cover and the band and the significance of them to the hip hop hierarchy and the history of hip hop. I'm going to start putting out videos starting 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
Hopefully every 2 weeks of a variant spotlight. It's going to go back to how I was doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to show off my books. I'm going to talk about the album. I'm going to talk about the significance of the band and why they are a stepping stone in the hip hop community.
Oh, I love it.
I know I don't look like a hip hop guy.
It's okay.
But
you had an anniversary for hip hop.
I did, yeah. Biggie, Biggie just the anniversary of Biggie passing away.
Yeah. And what else? Though? There was the other day. The greatest album ever. You said.
Oh yeah, 25 years of Gangstar's Hard to Earn.
Yeah.
My favorite album of all time. My favorite album of all time.
Awesome.
Gangstar's my favorite rap group of all time.
All right. Nice.
So that we're going to be dropping those. Frank, thank you very much for coming on, and I appreciate
it.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed it.
I'll let you guys know a little bit what's going on right now. So shout out to everybody that came to the comic swap. I can't tell you guys enough. I'm going to talk about it for forever. But the next stage in our marketing plan is we're going to be selling some T-shirts, you guys. So if you're following us on Instagram, Everett_Otto, Bernie1869, at Roger Levesque, Nemesis Prime. We're going to have a variation of this shirt with the logo on the front, actually, and we're going to be selling them for $20. And that's $20 with shipping. All the shirts will be black with a white lettering, and we're going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks. So follow us on Instagram. We're going to be doing that.
And remember, the only
money.
reason we're selling shirts is to upgrade our production equipment.
Yes, 100%.
We're not making money off of this.
Right.
Up to now, Everett basically has paid for all our production equipment.
Right.
Cameras, this and that, all the stuff from our comic swap, all that donations, that was towards our production.
Right. And
so everything we do, we're not trying to make money off of it. We just want to be able to do a better job of
giving you a show. So if you watch Lords of the Long Box, they use Wirecast. That's what we're trying to do here, and I think it's going to be really amazing. So you're going to see the T-shirts that are going to be coming. So we're definitely going to be in that. So you guys remember, whenever we come on, please share, please like, please comment. I'm always going to comment back. So the 3 Men in the Basement's been absolutely fantastic. We're at 415 subs organically,
and we're having
500 by June. We want 1,000. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways.
Like us, share us. Let's go.
Do all that stuff. We're going to be at East Coast Comic Con. We're going to be at Terrificon. Anybody who's out of town, if you want to come up, let us know, man. We'll tell you where to stay. We'd love to hook up with you. There's lots of guys that I'm going to give shout outs to right now. So, of course, I want to give a shout out to Very Gary. I want to give a shout out to Ex-Illusionary. I want to give a shout out to The Butcher. Frank, always you. Thank you very much.
Blue Label Comics.
CGC Blue Label Comics. We got Triple C's. We've got all those guys that came up. And, I'm missing a lot of things right now. Of course, my brothers at Rose in a Long Box, Geeky Swag Shop, Dark Side Jedi. So all those guys that are out there right now, thank you very much for everything you've done for our channel. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on a Saturday night. You've got some college basketball to watch.
Let's go Blue.
Good luck collecting. And as always, on behalf of 3 Men in a Basement, I am Otto. We are coming to you live from the grotto, and we are out. Peace.
Go Blue.
Peace out, guys.